Hello guys, it's Stefan Granka from Life Academy, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make a Dreamcatcher with our online tutorial. Sorry, there's going to be quite a lot of back noise. We've got quite a wind outside, and as you can hear, all the leaves are falling on the roof, so just bear with me. But yeah, today we're going to be making our very own Dreamcatcher with some wire and some ribbon and string, which you can all get in our Dreamcatcher DIY pack that you can find at our website. So let's get started. Okay, as you can see, we've got our wire. This is from our pack. It's about 32 centimeters in diameter. We've got our little pack beads, ribbon, and then we've got our string. I've chosen blue, but in the pack you get blue, you get red, and a whole bunch of other little colors. So I've decided to go with the purple ribbon and the blue string. Let's get started. Okay, how we're going to start is we're going to take our piece of ribbon and we are going to slide it in between the two pieces of wire. You can separate the wire a little bit with your fingers and slide the ribbon in. Okay, like that. And then we are going to weave it. We're going to wrap it in and out the whole way around. So I'm going to do a few and I'm going to fast forward the process. So you wrap it in and out. Make sure it's nice and tight, and also don't make it too close. Otherwise, if we do the wrapping that it ends up being like that, it goes quite thick. So I don't know if you can see, but you can see it's quite thick. We need to space it nicely. So we space it that it goes and covers quite a bit. Okay, we're just going to keep doing this over and over again. Okay, when you're twisting, make sure you don't let go of your last twist. And as you can see, you can't see any metal. Okay, that is the goal of this wrapping this ribbon around our metal frame, is so that we don't see any metal. Now, as we're coming to the end, I'm just going to show you a bit. When we're wrapping, there's a few ways to do it. The first way is that you pull it through after every wrap, okay? It gets a bit easier to show when we've got a shorter string and a shorter ribbon, and that's what I'm showing you now. So what you would do is you'd wrap it around your wire and then you pull it through, okay? So that all your ribbon comes through. Because otherwise what happens is if we wrap a few times, it gets knotted over here. So as you saw, what I was doing is I was sending the ribbon through a few times first. So I would take all my ribbon and I throw it in the right direction, the same way I'm wrapping it. I throw it in. It ends up giving me ribbon over here that I can use. And then I go at the beginning and I start wrapping. And then at least I've got a few wraps like charged up, and I don't have to pull the ribbon through every single time. Okay, and now that we're coming onto the end, do a little bit further. Okay. Now we need to put a knot. We're going to bring this over and then we're going to go in. And we pull tight. Okay. And that gives us our Dreamcatcher frame with extra ribbon to make our loop that we can hang our Dreamcatcher. So we've done our frame, we've got our extra ribbon which is going to just be thrown over the table there. Now what we are going to do is we are going to start off making our spider web. So I've put them around little bolts, the string around bolts for easier use. And what we're going to do is we make a loop. Well, that loop is okay. So we make our loop knot. We put it on the left hand side of our main ribbon and we pull it tight. Make sure that the knot comes through. Okay, and that is our anchorage point. Now what we do is we take our bolt, it goes over the frame, under and through where the string is. Okay, and then we pull tight. Now we try and keep the distance the same. So over the frame, under and through. Wiggle it and then we do it again. Pull it nice and tight. With this hand you can hold it over, under, through. We want to try and make it that it meets the top again. Okay, so that it reaches this side. Now you're going to go on the right hand side of our ribbon and in. Okay, perfect. Pull that out the way. Now in order to do from here, you can go and you can do any pattern. So you can go from the top, you can go all over the place, as long as you wrap through your piece of string each time so that your string goes through and then you can move on to the next. I'm going to be doing the traditional Dreamcatcher design, and how that is we repeat the same steps, so over, under, through, but now we're going to be going, instead of around our frame, we go onto our piece of string. Okay, so I hold this knot, we go over that piece of string and through the loop and we pull tight. Then I'm going to hold this knot and we're going to repeat it. And like we went to the original point, now we go to our first point on the string. And we are going to go over, under, and we make sure that it pulls on that side of the knot. Okay, there we go, we've done one row. Now we're going to repeat this. Okay, so I'm going to fast forward it, we're going to repeat this and we're going to keep going until such time we get to the middle, to the center of our circle. So over, and through the loop, and then we hold our knot and we go again. Okay guys, we're going to do that until such time you're happy with that design. I'm loving this. I'm going to do one or two more rounds and then we're going to finish it off. Okay, now the last one, we go in twice. Before we pull it tight to make a nice little knot. Okay, now we're going to end up, I'm going to break it, but you're going to use scissors. Okay, we're going to give it a cut. And now we are going to tie our knot. So same thing, over and through the loop, and we're going to pull tight. Okay, one, you go over, whoopsie, and through. Okay, two, should be enough. We're gonna give that a cut. We're gonna cut off our end up here, and there is our Dreamcatcher. Okay, beautiful. Now you can end up adding different colors, so you can end up taking your red and repeating the exact same steps. It would look beautiful. I think I'm going to do that. Okay. So now that we've done our Dreamcatcher, our spider web and our frame, we're going to take our beads, empty them out in our little lid so that we got a better idea. Spillage. And then we're going to take the rest of our strings and we are going to thread beads onto the end of them. And what we are creating now is the tassels that are going to float down. Okay, so the tassels are going to come from the center and the two sides. And it is important to do small beads and large beads because our feathers go into the holes of the large beads. So it's important to keep your beads with larger holes and use strategy to place them because, like I said, our feathers go into the holes of the large beads. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to just weave some beads onto our rope, onto our cotton, and then show you how you attach them and how you insert some feathers. Okay, so we've put some beads on. We've got our two ends of our rope. We're going to tie a knot at the bottom. And now it's important that you have put a small bead on first because otherwise the knot gets pulled straight through your bead. So you make sure you put your small beads on first and then you followed by larger beads. But we're just going to make quite a few knots to make a nice big stopper. There we go. Okay, and then we pull our beads to the bottom. Now I like putting 3 or 4 beads on at a time, so I put 4. Here I've got 5, and then I will leave a bit of a space and make a knot in my rope. Okay, put another one on to make it bigger. Cool, and then we do it again. So start off with a bead that's got a small-ish hole. Obviously one you can get your rope through. Okay, there we go. And now we start our next line, and we are going to do this 2 times on 2 strings and 3 times on our third line of strings. Okay. Okay, so we have our Dreamcatcher. There's the top. I'm facing the top down at the bottom of the screen because we're going to be working with the bottom of the Dreamcatcher. Now we've got our one line which is 2 beads long. We've got our one line which is 3, which goes in the middle, and then we've got another line which is 2. Okay, so the 2 strings with the 2 sets of beads go on the outside, and then your one set with 3 beads goes onto the inside, in the middle. Okay, what you do is you send your string through, control how high you want it. I want mine like that, and you literally just tie a few knots into the string. Okay. One more. Okay, and there it is, attached. We'll cut off the tail. We'll cut off this tail. And there we go, got one line. We're going to repeat that with all 3. Okay, and there we go, we've got it. This is our Dreamcatcher. Now what we'll do is we put feathers into our bigger beads by sticking the spine of the feather in, and we hang our Dreamcatcher. The last thing we need to do before we can hang is create a loop over here. We're going to grab it, and boom, cut off our piece of ribbon. Maybe we're going to cut it that looks a bit flashy. Okay, and there's our Dreamcatcher. Okay, and there's our final product, our beautiful Dreamcatcher with the beads and the feathers. And as you find feathers, you add more feathers to your strings, and that is what we've left with.